Hi, today we want to take a moment and talk about the Church of the Nine. In the book of Luke, we have Jesus passing through the area of Samaria. And as he goes through a village, there are 10 lepers. And they call out to him and ask him to have mercy on them. Now, these lepers are obeying the law. The law specifies that if you're a leper, you have to cover your lip. You have to cry out that you're unclean. They understood the situation they were in, and they understood that Jesus could help them. And they cry out, "Lord, have mercy on us." And Jesus told them in the book of Luke, Jesus says to them, "Go show yourself unto the priest." And these men turn, all 10 of them, and they diligently obey his words, and they head towards the priest. Because in the Old Testament, it specifies very clearly that when you are a leper or have a skin disease, that you have to go present yourself to the priest. And it is a priest and the priest alone who can examine you and declare that you are clean or unclean. So they turned and they went to do just exactly as Jesus said. And as they were going, one of the 10 turns around and runs back to Jesus, falls at his feet, and worships him. So we have to ask ourselves, what about the 9? Jesus actually asked this question. He says, were there not 10 of you? Where are the 9? Now, we can only speculate. If these 9 obeyed exactly what the Lord said, there's no reason to believe that they didn't, because they had cried out to have mercy on them. They diligently obeyed to turn and go to the priest. If they went to the priest, then they would have been declared clean. They would have done the right thing. They would have done the religious thing. And maybe they continued on with their lives, cleansed by the Lord Jesus Christ, and attending the temple and doing the religious thing. But there was this other man, this one man, and he turned and he came back to Jesus. Now, he wasn't obeying just the law. He was going further than that. He was going right to the heart of the matter. He knew that Jesus was the priest, the high priest, the only one. He knew, he recognized who Jesus was and who had healed him. And he ran back and he fell at his feet and worshiped him. Recently, we did a well minute where I talked about music. We talked about real worship. I'm telling you, this was no production. There's no fancy Christian musicians here, but this is real worship at the feet of Jesus, worshiping him at his feet. And this is what the Lord is after, for those who really see him for who he is and come to him. But you see, today, too much we have the Church of the 9. We have many people, the Lord has healed them. The Lord has saved them. They've accepted Christ. They're Christians. And they go do the right thing. They go do the religious thing. The church has become a place where it's become so convenient. Everything is about convenience, with multiple services and production music and messages that will help everybody through their everyday in practical ways. And there's nothing wrong with that, just like there was nothing wrong with these men being healed. In fact, it was a beautiful thing. But still, we have to deal with this one man. One out of the crowd stopped as the rest continued to obey and obey what was said. This man goes to obey from the heart. He turns around and runs back to Jesus, falls at his feet. And this one was a Samaritan, a stranger. And he falls at his feet and worships Jesus. And Jesus tells him that he can go. His faith has healed him, a real healing, a deep healing. Something more than just having a ticket to heaven. You see, we have enough of the Church of the 9. We need now the Church of the Ones. We need the ones who are going to love Jesus for who he is. Walk away from religion. Walk away from convenience. Really get to really worship him. God is looking for those who worship him in spirit and in truth. If you want to be one of the 9, it's not a problem. It's easy, especially here in the Bible Belt and especially here in Texas. There's a church on every corner you can go to, pick your service, pick what kind of message you want to hear, get something to help you in your Christian walk, go about your life your way. You have your healing. You can go to the priest, you can go to the preachers. But if you really see Jesus for who he is, if you really have the revelation of Jesus, then the temple's not where you head. The sanctuary made with men's hands is not where you head. To do the rituals is not where you head. Where you head is to the feet of Jesus. This is the kind of people we need today, the Christians we need today. May their numbers increase. May we have more of the church of the one instead of the church of the nine. If you'd like more of this kind of discussions, then you can go to the Well HOU or go to our Facebook page. There's messages on there. And we'll see you next time.